Hi guys, thank you for being interested in this tutorial, which we will show how to create an infinite scroll, meaning that is an endless scroll, if I can say it like that, yes, meaning that it scrolls and doesn't have a beginning or an end. When it reaches the end of these three images, it just keeps on scrolling in a smooth way, and it doesn't kind of like go back to the beginning. So that is the main idea of infinite scroll. You can see it here also on a mobile screen, that the difference between infinite scroll and a regular horizontal scroll, or a vertical one, depends of course what you need in your product. That here, for example, as you have the scroll like in stories in Facebook, so you can just have kind of like scroll it horizontally, very easy, and this is very fairly easy actually to create. So that's one way of creating a horizontal scroll in this case, and it's just a frame here that has these elements that you scroll, it reaches to the end, and that's basically it. So that is really easy to create. Now the infinite scroll, actually what it does, I'm going to show it on swipe here, is that I can scroll 1, 2, and then I get to the first one, and it keeps on scrolling in like that. I mean, it has an infinite scroll, and of course you can do it with 5, 6, 10 images, as many as you need, and that's fine. Here I'm just giving an example with 3 or 4 images. It's just like that, so no problem with that. And clicking on this one, I'm just going to show how it happens exactly like in the desktop. It just scrolls, has an infinite scroll, and it scrolls independently without us clicking, or more right to say in mobile, tapping on anything. So this is the infinite scroll. Enough showing, let's get to work. Okay, so that's done with that, and we're done with that, and let's go. I have here a simple mobile screen, and I have 4 images here, and let's see exactly how to create this infinite scroll. I'm gonna show it, by the way, only on mobile, because on desktop, honestly speaking, it happens exactly the same. I mean, the technique and the logic is identical. So I don't think that there's a need to show both of them. I'll just show on mobile with swiping and with after delay, and then I think that you will get the hang of it pretty easy. Okay, so I have these 4 images, and I'm gonna duplicate. Let's make it with 4. I mean, like the infinite scroll, I'm gonna make it with 4 images at this time, and I'm gonna just do rectangle 1, 2, 3. Let's give them a name, actually rename them. I'm gonna name them actually like that, just give it yeah, that's okay. So they're gonna be named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good enough. I'm gonna right click and just make an auto layout. I'm adding an auto layout to them, and give them a 0 space between them. Okay, so we have actually our images. Let's call them images, and we're gonna put all these images actually in a frame. Okay, right click, frame selection, and then I'm gonna make this frame actually like that. So this is going to be 375. Basically, actually, we don't need this one. It's just lying there doing nothing. So you know what? We'll tell him bye-bye. Something like that. And this is going to be images plus pagination. Okay, pagination. Now if I'm clicking the clip content here, so we're going to see only the first image. And the other thing that we're going to do, this is going to be a component, and you know what, let's give it pagination. Yeah, you know what, we'll name them as we create the variants. It doesn't matter right now. And let's actually create these circles of pagination. Sorry, we're gonna give them something like that, I guess. Yeah, 10 by 10 looks fine. Let's make them a bit bigger. They're gonna be white, and I'm gonna give it a stroke, which I will need actually in the other ones, and I'll make the stroke white as well. This one, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so this one, let's double it. We need it for four, exactly 4 images. So I have them actually one above the other. I'm gonna select them, auto layout, shift A, auto layout, and again I'm gonna make it a horizontal one, give them, I don't know, something like that. I think that is okay, and let me just place them. Okay, let me place them actually, cut, and sorry, let's call it pagination. Okay, I'm gonna cut it and put it here. Yeah. Okay, let me just check the size. Yeah, that's perfect. Looks good. Okay, so that's okay. Let's call it pagination. Actually, we can give it pagination 1. And in this one, we are going to select these and give them the fill in 0. Sorry, not this one. I meant the fill, not the stroke. I'm saying something and doing something else. Yeah, I mean this one. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's okay. And then we're gonna duplicate another one. This is gonna be pagination 2. We're gonna actually, you can do, I'm gonna shortcut it, but anyway, what I'm doing is copy properties, and here I'm just gonna paste properties, so it's gonna look like that. Here I'm gonna do the shortcut and do it like that. So that is really quickly. By the way, the shortcut is here. You see, it's Control Alt C in PC, Command Option C in Mac. So this is how you do it actually. Paste properties and copy properties. So that's just to create it really quickly. So that is the third one. I'm gonna copy properties, paste them here, and I'm gonna copy from here and paste it here, something like that. And let's create the fourth one, copy and paste and copy properties and paste properties. That's it. We are done with this one. Create component set. Boom, we have our pagination. Actually, yeah, we don't need that big frame. We can close it a bit and do it something like that. Good. Okay, that is just that we can switch them and work easily with them as we create our interactive component. Okay, so that is going to be a copy and paste here. I'm gonna place it something like that in the middle of this frame. Each component, by the way, is a frame, so if you didn't know that by now, so basically it's a frame. Okay, so I'm gonna select this one, create another variant, and this is going to be just 1. I'm gonna call it just 1. This is going to be 2, and you know what, let's do them like that. I'm just gonna duplicate more. Let me see, this is going to be 3, this is going to be 4, and we need another one which we'll call it 5. Okay, here, by the way, in these ones, we're gonna switch to 2. This is going to be 3, this is going to be 4, and that one actually is going to stay on 1. You will understand it in a sec. Now here, what I'm going to do is just select as you see, I'm selecting here the images, and I'm just gonna scroll it. Sorry, this one actually, let me see, pagination. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna scroll it like that, and yeah, that's it's perfect. Let me see that it's really perfect. Yeah, good. Okay, so this is going to be the second one, and here I'm gonna select this one, and scroll it to the third one. Yeah, like that. Okay, good. And this one, I'm going to scroll to the fourth one. Just do it like that really quickly. Good. Okay. And now this one is going to be scrolled, by the way, is going to be scrolled all the way to the end, which we have in the end the same image again. So it's going to be scrolled all the way to the end. Okay, so we have our situation actually done. And what happens now, we're gonna actually duplicate it another one. I'm gonna duplicate another one of this component because we're gonna show it one time with the swiping and one time with the after delay. Okay, so basically the trick is like that. Sorry, when I am doing the swiping, so I'm selecting the images, as you see, not here, sorry, I'm going to select it on the first one. Let me just collapse them all and it will be more easy to work with. So I'm going to go to the first one, select the images, not this one, this one. Select the images, yeah, inside this one, exactly. And now, let me just take this one here and let me just take this one, kind of like, let's put them on the side for a minute and understand what's going on here. Yeah, so we're gonna select this one. I'm gonna go to prototype, and here, by the way, I'm just gonna, yeah, I can select it from here as well. I'm gonna drag it and just connect it to the second variant, and we're going to do it on drag because we want to create the swiping. On drag, we're going to do the smart animate 600 milliseconds. That's okay. By the way, when you work with on drag with a drag trigger, so maybe you're asking yourself, why do I need the duration? So the duration actually is when you swipe or do the movement of the dragging actually less than 50% and leave it, it's gonna go back to the starting point, and this is where the duration kicks in. If you're more than 50% at this movement of the dragging, it's gonna go and you just leave it after you finished kind of like more or less 50 or more percent of that step that you have to do with the dragging, and then it's gonna go to the end of that actually swipe, and that's where the 600 kicks in. Okay, because you can do it slow by the speed of dragging your mouse or your finger, so that's why. Okay, so we're gonna select here the second one. We're gonna do the same, and we're gonna do it on drag, and this one actually we're gonna do the same, hooking up to this one, and we're gonna do it on drag. Let's just go a bit. You see, that's the arrow here, because yeah, you can't see it when we're kind of like far away from it. And now we're gonna select the fourth one and do the same, just drag it here on drag. And now this is where the trick comes in. So basically, when we do it like that, now we're gonna need to get back actually to the first one without noticing, because the thing is that we have this image and this image start and end. So one thing, when you want to create an infinite scroll, or in general an infinite animation, I will have another tutorial more about infinite animation as well. So basically you need the starting point and the end point to be the same, and then you can create actually the infinite animation of it. So now from this one, we're just selecting this variant. Okay, we're connecting it to the first one. But what we are doing is we're connecting it with an after delay. Okay, not from the, by the way, let me make it more clear, not from the images as we did before. I'm talking about from the whole variant itself, from the component itself. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this one, after delay, 0 delay, and we're gonna do it instant. So what happens actually is like that. When I'm dragging this image and getting to this variant, instantly it goes to the first one without noticing, and then you can just keep on scrolling it and it works perfect. Let's see exactly how it works. Now let's get back these two. Let's get them back up here. We kind of like throw them away. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna copy it and just putting it here, placing it in this screen. Yeah, it's gonna be here. This one is, yeah, 375. I'm talking about the frame. Yeah, okay, that's okay. So that is going to be just here. And now let's give it a play and see how it works. Okay, we're gonna give it a play. Okay, so we have it now here. So I'm doing one swipe, the second one, third one, and now actually, you see, it keeps on. We can keep on swiping it indefinitely. So that is actually the infinite scroll. So it works perfect. Okay, nice. And actually I can put it also, if I want, in a mock-up of a mobile to give it more of a realistic app look, and it's going to look like that. We have that annoying thing from the iPhone, but whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so we see it working great. Pretty easy. Good. And now we're gonna do the same actually with an after delay. Let it just swipe by itself, or kind of like change the images by itself. And as I said, the big one, as I did on mobile, it happens exactly the same. Okay, there is really no difference of the way it happens. Here actually I'm gonna work with after delay between the variants themselves. I mean, I'm not working with the images, but just between the variants. So prototype and this one, actually, let's get a bit closer. Yeah, so we're gonna drag this one. We're gonna give it an after delay. Let's give it kind of like, I don't know, 3 seconds to each image, and it's gonna be a smart animate. 600 milliseconds, I guess that's okay. Here, the same thing, after delay. Give it a 3 seconds, repeating myself again. The smart animate is good, and this one is going to go all the way here, and 3 seconds, 600 milliseconds, good. And now we're gonna do the same thing as we did here. Basically just bring it all the way up to here, after delay, and 0, which is gonna give it 1 millisecond, but anyway, that's okay. It's nothing, it's like 0, it's the same thing. And we're gonna do it instant, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna copy, and I'm gonna put it just here. Yeah, let's put it here below this one. Yeah, something like that. Cool. And now we're gonna see it just doing its thing, or not. We have to refresh it. Yeah, let's refresh it. Okay, and now let's see that it's working correctly. Okay, this is the third one, the fourth one, and going back to the first one. Okay, cool. So that's it. Basically, this is the trick and the way of making an infinite scroll. So I guess that we're pretty much done. That wasn't a very long one, but I hope that a very understandable one. So either by after delay or by swiping, by clicking, you can do it. Of course, if you're on a desktop and you want to give it the 2 arrows, you know, at the beginning and the end, I mean, like left and right, and just click on them and keep scrolling it, so you can do the same. And of course, that I showed it here with images, you can do it to any need that you want. So it doesn't have to be images, and it doesn't have to be mobile or desktop. You choose the platform, whatever you need to scroll, and that's about it, guys. So I guess that we're done. I would like very much your like if you did like this tutorial. I would be very happy if you subscribe to my channel, Of course, cool tutorials are coming up ahead all the time. And if you want me to do any tutorial which you think I should make, then just let me know. I will be very happy to make it. Okay, guys, thanks a lot and see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.